Newsflash, this just in. Research has shown that most babies are the result of having sexual intercourse. Wow. My point is this, folks. Oftentimes we rush into sex, we have sex too soon, and then when we do that, people will end up getting pregnant. They get pregnant, then now they're at a crossroads. They're trying to make a decision. What do we do now? And unfortunately, a lot of people are not ready for this decision. They're pressured by it, and they end up making decisions that stress them out, and sometimes make very important decisions with important consequences. So one of the decisions that people will make is to get an abortion. And this is a serious matter. If you get an abortion, oftentimes I find that women actually suffer from this choice. Now, I am pro-choice. However, I cannot deny that women often suffer psychologically when they make that choice to have an abortion. So I'm not pro-abortion, even though I'm pro-choice. So this is a serious matter. We shouldn't treat abortion so casually, like it's just something that you just do if you happen to do if you get pregnant. That's not cool, and that is a spiritual matter for a lot of people. Now, another choice that people will make is to just have the baby, and the mother's quote-unquote burdened with the baby, and the father just goes on so he can fuck some more women and have a good time. That's not cool at all. That is not fair to women. So again, women lose out on that part as well, on that choice. And then sometimes people will choose to get married, and they end up being with somebody that they're really oftentimes not compatible with. They were just sexually attracted to that person, so they wanted to have sex with them. And so when they try to make it work as a couple, that doesn't go well, because they didn't make a rational decision about who to get with as a lifetime, long-term mate selection choice. So here we are making these, putting ourselves in these bad situations when we rush into sex, treat it real casually, and end up getting pregnant. Here's the thing. You need to ask yourself, am I ready to have sex? And you need to be slow to that. And if your answer is I'm not ready to have a kid, I'm not ready to have a baby, ask yourself that question. If you're not ready to have a baby, then you're probably not ready to have sex, because most babies, they found, are a result of having sex. So think about this. Stop treating sex so casually, because sex has consequences. Yes, you have the momentary pleasure. However, there are consequences. Of course, we're not talking about the disease consequence today, but today we're talking about the consequence of pregnancy. And if you're not ready for the consequence of pregnancy, then maybe you're not ready to have sex. So think about this before you have sex with someone. This is an important matter. And so if your answer is yes, I'm ready to, I think I'm mature enough to have a baby, then more than likely you may be mature enough to have sex. But even then, you need to be choosing your sex partner wisely. If I'm getting ready to have sex with someone, I need to be asking myself, would I be willing to be married to this person? Is this person somebody that if I did get pregnant is going to try to pressure me into having an abortion? Is this a person that if I have sex with, is he going to abandon me and just leave me with the kid? So think about the person that you're getting ready to lay down with. There's an old saying, if you lay down with dogs, you're going to get fleas. So you need to be very discriminating about who you have sex with, because there are consequences. Can I live this person for the long term as a spouse? Will this person abandon me? Will they pressure me to have an abortion? Am I ready for the psychological consequences of having an abortion? So these are all things that we need to consider. Okay, this is an important matter. We need to stop treating sex so casually. It can have life-changing consequences. So if you do decide to have sex, you're not ready to be married, then you definitely need to be using birth control. The smartest birth control method, of course, number one is, as the conservatives will say, is abstaining, of course. But outside of that, if you're going to have sex, then I promote using condoms. Even if you don't like condoms, even if it doesn't feel good, the smartest choice is condoms, because that is probably the safest and most effective form of birth control. Okay? All right. Harmonious wishes.